Hello everybody. Today is my challenge day, and first I wanted to show, especially the international crafters. Last week I couldn't post a video because of my cough, and it's gotten a lot better. And so I had challenged them to an ATC using modeling paste and oh dear, what's that thing called? Coffee filters. So this is my ATC that I had prepared, and the flowers is what my coffee filters are. So I did this coffee filter decorated with pastel colors, and then I started doodling on it, and I tried cutting them with a punch, and I couldn't cut it because it was just too soft of a paper. It wouldn't cut. So what I did was I went over with gel medium, and that way it cut. And I actually think I even did a couple of coats. I'm gonna look here, but I don't think I have it around anymore. No, because I think I put it away someplace. Dear. Yeah, I should have looked before I started the video. But anyways, yeah, this is my ATC, and that's how I did mine. Here's all the modeling paste and the coffee filters, and kind of dedicated to, you know, spring colors, nice bright colors. And I still have a nice big piece of this coffee filter left over, which I can continue cutting flowers. And where I did cut the flowers, because naturally the coffee filter is round, so I was going around the edges, and I'm keeping, you know, the round edges where the flower cutouts are to use for other projects as well too, and they look really cool as well too. But today it's going to be not a complete project, but more of a technique. Lately, Nikki Parr, who's in our group, and she has done a swap for iCAD, and I think we're sending them to 3 or 4 different people. Anyways, I started this iCAD, and the theme is stained glass. So I'm trying to figure out how to get this stained glass effect. I've been watching videos on, you know, stained glass and seeing some designs and things like that, and I'm still trying to figure out that part. But what I have figured out was some nice ways to get on paper some nice kind of stained glass effect. So I first started trying to find my deli paper, which I didn't, because I put all my deli paper that people have sent me in one folder, and I cannot find that folder. It's put away someplace, you guys. I know it's someplace. It's around. So what I did find was some of this. It's not tissue paper. This is what we use here to do patterns for clothing. So it's kind of like shiny on one side and dull on the other. It's sewer. It's oh dear, what would you call this? Well, it's to do patterns on, you know, to do your own patterns. Because once upon a time I had done a course on how to do your own patterns. I started doing this course on sewing, and then I got pregnant with one of my kids, and I kind of dropped out, and I never went back. And so I have some of this paper in the house, which I use for all different other types of things too. I actually do use it even for patchwork sometimes when I do have to, you know, copy something out of a book, a little animal or something where I'm doing applique, and it comes in handy. So I did try it on here. Now I tried it with silk, so and it kind of gives you that effect of the transparency. That's why I wanted to use the deli paper, to give it that transparency. And this is colored with silks, and all of these. I had a little accident here. There was a baby wipe on the table, and some of the papers were on top of it. I'll show you now. Some of them ran into each other, and this is another color here. So I showed you this one. I'm going to show you this one in a second. This is where the accident happened. Like I said, there was a baby wipe underneath, so some of the color came through on others, which is really nice. I'm going to use that. And this is another color. And, you know, like I said, they're always a bit transparent. And it's also because of silks being a transparent paint as well too. And this is another one too. This got damaged the most, but like I said, I'll use these. So going on to this, always on the same paper, what I did was, who doesn't have silks naturally? Says, okay, I don't have silks to give it that nice glimmery thing. So what I did was I got a normal acrylic paint and a glaze, a varnish glaze, you know, so any type of varnish that you have. And I pretty well mix them evenly in the amount of paint and the amount of varnish. And I got this effect here, which is very pretty here. Now, it's not as transparent as the silks, but it does give you, you know, that that kind of, you know, shiny look. And this is the normal paint without varnish, just to show you the difference between the two. So this is the natural color of the paint, and this is the paint mixed up with the varnish, right? So that was the sewing paper that I used. Oh, sorry. And then I tried it on just a normal piece of cards, you know, paper that I have. It's a heavier weight paper, and it came up pretty nice on that too. But like I said, that kind of paper gives you more of the transparency. So not being happy with that totally, but like, you know, I will use it someplace. I can always continue using it for what I wanted to use, you know, to give it that stained glass look, because I still haven't figured out what I do want to do on my iCads. I had started with this, with flowers, and then I thought I was going to go around with all the dimensional paints, but this is probably not going to be used. I probably want to find an actual stained glass design and do it on an iCad. So that's, you know, not going to be, I don't think I will be doing this. So who's ever watching and who's ever in my little group of this swap, no, it's not going to be this, you guys. Anyways, I went on looking into my papers, and I found this paper that I had bought a long time ago. And let's see here. So these are vellum papers, all of these. This is another vellum. I got it in yellow as well too. I bought this a long time ago. I don't remember for what, but I bought a long time ago. This instead is much more, here we call this pergamena, and I looked in the dictionary for the meaning of pergamena, and it says vellum. It says parchment, vellum, but this is the real thing. These pieces of papers, I can't remember how much they costed me back then. I had done a little job with these papers, and I had a few left over. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing with these, but I did not use these for my next project. I used the normal vellum paper. So I'm going to show you what happened when I put the silks on the vellum paper. This is what happened. It kind of all crinkled up, but it gives you that beautiful effect of transparency, which I really like. Now, the crinkling doesn't really bother me, because I can go ahead and I'll be cutting this up into pieces anyways, because, you know, mosaico is always, you know, stained glass effect is always like a kind of mosaic piece as well too, because you have all different little types of pieces put together. And then with the, you know, what I'll be using is a dimensional paint to put all in between. Now this here is normal paint mixed up with the varnish. It doesn't give you that total transparency that your silks give you, but it does the job too. So this is the thing, you guys. You can get a vellum piece and, you know, mix your paint with a varnish and get that stained glass effect on it. If you have silks, even better. You can get, or if you have metallic paints, you know, you can probably get this same effect as well too. If it goes on too thick that you're not liking, that it's covering up too much, like you can see my hand underneath here perfectly, you can probably even mix that with a bit of glaze to, you know, tone it down a bit, to not make it so much that it covers up. So I did want to try another color here in front of you guys with the paint. so that way I can show you. Let me see. Should I have a piece of paper here? I'm going to do it on a piece of paper. And sorry you guys, no project this week. Like I said, it's more of a technique video. And hopefully I will be able to. I'm having lots of problems, you guys, with YouTube. Still having problems. It will let me watch a couple of videos and then like it kind of just dies right down. It won't let me do anything anymore. So this is the amount. Let me show you to you here really quick. So it's more or less the same amount of paint and the same amount of varnish. So the varnish that I'm using is this from Liquitex, and it's called Gloss, Medium, and Varnish. Like I said, you can go right ahead and do it with varnish. Actually, we're going to try it out really quick as well too with a normal varnish. And I think I want to put some more varnish in that. It will tone down the color just a bit. Yeah, I didn't know that this would happen, that this kind of paper would crinkle up. I really haven't worked with vellum paper before as painting over it. So there's the green. And like I said, it's still transparent. Okay, I'm going to spread this because I can use this for something else. I don't want to let it go to waste. I mix too much. I'll even grab here some of this. That way I can see as well too what the effect here would be like on a piece of dictionary paper. It goes on something like silks once it's mixed up with your glaze. Okay, we're going to try something else for who doesn't have this type of glaze in your house and just has like a normal varnish. Hopefully I'm going to find it right away. Let's see here. Is that you? No. I actually have two types of varnishes. One is a very how would you say it? Shiny, I guess you would call it. And one instead is a satin, type of a satin varnish. See? So we're going to grab another piece of paper. I'm just going to set that over there to dry. And what color should we try this time? Let me see what I have here close by. Oh, how about a purple? Okay. Let me see if I can grab something to get this varnish out. Kind of like a little spoon. Perfect. Okay. Let's see how this mixes together. Yeah, I wanted to tell you guys too something that I'm not bothered by thumbs down at all, because I understand totally that we all can't like the same thing. And, you know, it's perfectly normal. If we all like the same thing, what would this world be? But it did bother me when I got a thumbs down on the last video that I put about my dog, who was, you know, trying to be a mummy for those kittens. She has a very mother instinct on things like that, and she's taken care of kittens before. She you know, takes total control of them. She can't feed them, and that's all she can't do, but she'll take care of them. She'll follow them, she'll lick them, she'll clean them, she'll play with them. And yeah, it kind of bothered me that I got a thumbs down for that. Really bothered me, actually, because I thought, you know, what kind of person would put a thumbs down on such a cute, you know, such natural thing as well too. Yeah. So this purple came out really nice too. Always transparent. See that? You can see my hand underneath it. So there you go, you guys. Now, I didn't have deli paper, but you can try it on deli paper. So I've tried 2 different varnishes, and the effect is the same. I am positive that when this dries, the purple one, it will be less shiny than these 2 here, because it is a satin finish. It's not a glossy finish like these were here, or because I can't find my other varnish, but that's a very high glossy varnish as well too. Would probably even dry more shinier than these 2 here. So there you go, you guys. This is what I wanted to show you today. Not always does one have to have a project to show, but a technique to share as well too. I'm kind of practicing. I really didn't look on internet, you guys, but I'm sure there's probably videos out there that are similar to this. I'm more than positive, because you can find anything you want nowadays on YouTube. It's incredible how, you know, YouTube works. So yeah, I hope you all try this, especially who's in the group of international crafters and is doing this swap, and you need an idea on, you know, how to create that oh dear, what's it called again? That effect of stained glass. There we go. Stained glass. You have an idea right here. So until the next time, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and well, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Goodbye.